When HSW released in 2022, it completely changed GT Online racing. Older cars suddenly became useful again. Cars like the Hakuchou Drag, the Deveste Eight, and the Turismo Classic went from forgotten vehicles to some of the best in their class. There are still a lot of cars that deserve the same second chance. So in today's video, I want to go over the vehicles that I think deserve HSW upgrades the most. If this really is the final major GTA Online update, these are the cars I would love Rockstar to upgrade before GTA 6. Coming in at number 5, the Panto. I had to throw at least one funny pick into this list, but the more I thought about it, the more I actually started wanting this. Right now, the Brioso RA is the only compact car with an HSW upgrade. That feels really weird to me, because the compact class is some of the most iconic cars in GTA Online history, and the Panto is probably the biggest example of that. Everybody has owned one, driven one, or messed around with one at some point. It's one of those cars that perfectly fits GTA Online. It looks ridiculous, it's tiny, and fully customized you can make it look even funnier. But imagine Rockstar gave this thing HSW. You'd probably have this tiny compact car flying around the map. That sounds like a lot of fun. It would instantly make the combat class more interesting, and it could finally bring people back to using smaller cars. I'd also love to see if Rockstar add some more customization to it, because Benny-style customization mixed with HSW speed could make the Panto one of the most fun vehicles in the game. So while this one is definitely more of a fun pick, I honestly think the Panto deserves a second chance in GTA Online. Coming in at number 4, the Tailgator. This one is definitely more of a personal pick, but hear me out. If this really is the final major GTA Online update, I think Rockstar should bring back some of the classic GTA 5 story mode vehicles. And Michael's Tailgator would be a perfect fit, because even after all these years, it's still one of the most recognizable cars from story mode, and in the new update we're probably going to be working with Michael, so now there are two ways Rockstar could do this. They could upgrade the original Tailgator, or they could use the Tailgator S from the Tuners update. Both would probably work, but I think the OG Tailgator would be a lot cooler. It's honestly just forgotten right now. Nobody really drives it anymore, and it would be really fun seeing Rockstar turn Michael's old family car into something crazy. Imagine, new customization, a stronger engine, better handling, you could even add spoilers and bumpers and everything like you did with the Zentorno and the Turismo. You'd basically have a normal looking sedan, but it would be keeping up with sports cars. That feels very GTA Online. It would also be a cool callback to story mode, especially since Michael was the newest addition to GTA Online after Trevor and Franklin. So if Rockstar wants one final GTA 5 themed update, I think giving the Tailgator an HSW upgrade would actually be really cool. Coming in at number 3, the Feltzer. This one is definitely personal for me, because the Feltzer was the first car I ever bought in GTA Online. So yeah, I'm probably a little biased here. But even without the nostalgia, I still think this car deserves an HSW upgrade, because somehow, after all these years, the Feltzer is still semi-competitive. It still sits in the top half of the sports class today, and that's impressive for a car this old. Most older sports cars got completely left behind, but the Feltzer somehow stayed relevant, and I think that makes it perfect, because if this thing is already decent, imagine how good it would become with that HSW upgrade. You could have it competing with the modern day HSW sports cars, and that would be really cool to see, especially for us older GTA Online players. Because back in the early days, we used the Feltzer a lot, at least I did. It was fast, it looked really good, and a lot of players used it for races. So giving it HSW would almost feel like bringing a GTA Online classic back to life. And I think the Feltzer deserves that second chance. Coming in at number 2, the Bati 801. This one feels like a no-brainer, because right now, we only have one HSW motorcycle in GTA Online, and that's absolutely crazy. There's so many bikes Rockstar could upgrade, but if they added another HSW motorcycle, I think it has to be the Bati 801. Because back in the early days of GTA Online, the bike was everywhere. Everybody owned it. For a long time, it was probably the best bang for your buck vehicle in the game. It was cheap, it was fast, and it was amazing for time trials, even before HSW existed. A lot of players still use the Bati for time trials, because it was that good. That's why I think it deserves a second chance. Imagine Rockstar giving the Bati 801, or the Bati 801RR, a full HSW upgrade. You'd suddenly have this old GTA Online classic competing with the Hakuchou Drag. And I honestly think players would love to see that, because the Bati isn't just another motorcycle, It's one of the most important bikes in GTA Online history. So, if Rockstar adds another HSW motorcycle before GTA 6, it really should be the Bati 801. Coming in at number 1, the supercars. I couldn't just pick one here, so I picked another 5. The Bullet, the Entity XF, the Cheetah, the Vacca, and the Adder. And yeah, a lot of this honestly is nostalgia. But these are some of the most important cars in GTA Online history. They were all there on day 1, and for a long time, these were GTA Online supercars. Starting with the Entity XF, this was one of my favorite cars back in the early days. It looked amazing, it sounded great, it still even looks good to today, could do with new customization. So seeing Rockstar give it HSW would be really cool. Then there's the Bullet. This thing was never really that good, even back in 2013. So imagine Rockstar finally giving it a glow up, and suddenly making it one of the fastest, if not the fastest cars in the game. That would be so cool to see. Then we have the Vacca and the Cheetah, and these two were always kind of forgotten. They were never terrible, but nobody really talked about them either. The Cheetah especially deserves more. I would also love to see them finally give it the Benny's upgrade that they've been teasing. But the biggest one here has to be the Adder, because back in the early GTA Online days, the Adder was the supercar. Everybody wanted one, and everybody said it was the best. It never really became the king people thought it was. So, if Rockstar gives the Adder HSW, it needs to become the top supercar. Give it spoiler options, new bumpers, modern customization, and finally make it live up to the hype it's always had. Especially now that Rockstar already started updating older cars like the Zentorno and the Turismo. If this really is the final GTA Online update before GTA 6, I think these supercars deserve one last chance in the spotlight. So those are the vehicles I think deserve HSW upgrades the most before GTA 6. I think Rockstar could bring a lot of older cars back to life with one final update, especially some of those day 1 vehicles that players haven't touched in years. But now I want to hear your picks. What cars would you want to see get HSW upgrades? Tell me in the comments below, and thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later.